Okay, so moving on. Let's share the document. Great. Reduce the giant face. Fabulous. Okay, so we're going to be recreating, creating a template for you for poster 1, assignment 1. So what we're going to do is, I put headphones in because the radiator was driving me crazy. So sorry about that. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to set up our grid. So, which is also in the document on the on Canvas. So what we have written here is layout grid 10 columns by 6 rows. So let's go ahead and do that based on what we learned last week. So we're going to go to layout. You may not be able to see the top thing here, but it says it's InDesign, file, edit, layout. So layout is here, then create guides. We're going to say 10 rows by 10 columns by 6 rows. Okay, 10 columns by 6 rows. And the gutter space will be 1/4 inch. All right, so we're going to bring that just to 2.25, 0.25. And let's start with this. Okay. All right, so great. Now we have, oh wait, I don't want this. I don't think I want this to be a, hold on, let's look at this again, create guides. This is going, I want this to be, okay, so this is important. This is important. So the way that I set this up, I didn't look at the options. I just rushed through. This is something you don't want to do. So this was aligned to the page. I want this to be aligned to margin so that our squares are evenly sized. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the existing ruler guides, which we just created, and do this again. All right, so 10 columns by 6 rows, 0.25 and 0.25. Okay, and change this to margin. There you go. Now we have even squares. If you don't understand that, just send me a message in Canvas or via email and I can help you with that. Okay, so now I'm gonna just, since I didn't put this in the master page, I'm gonna click, highlight, Command X to cut it, double click in the master page and Command Option Shift V, paste in place. The margin here, the margin and column look different than margins 1, 1.5. Yeah, that's fine. No, it's different. So if we were setting up a booklet, I would set up the margins to be correct, but we're not going to be using master page in this project. So I'm just going to go ahead and move on. No, I don't think I'm going to move on. Document setup, we said margins 1, 1.5. All right, so let's go here again. Yeah, let's just leave it for now and go here. So now we're gonna go to our layers. And I'm gonna name this objects, images. I'm gonna make another layer and I'm gonna call it text. Okay. So we have 5 images from which are on Canvas. You're gonna download, make sure you have those downloaded. So at this point, I have downloaded those images. And now I just drew a box, which is just, I clicked rectangle frame tool and the key command is F, the shortcut. Click that and then draw my box here. And then Option, click, Shift, drag, Option, Shift, click, drag, and you can make 5 of them because we have 5 images. Okay, nothing's in them. So if I were to click W, nothing's going to show on the page because all we have is guides and 5 empty boxes. And then text tool, we're going to do the same thing. We're just making ourselves a basic. All right, and if we click this, the selection tool, which is V, we can do the same thing. Option, click, Shift, drag. And if you have snap to grid on, it should snap to the grid. Okay, and that was Command plus and Command minus. Command 0 is to fit the entire page to the screen. All right, so there you can see we have 5 text boxes, 5 image boxes, and this is going to be our general setup, and then we can play with layout. Text boxes, Command X, because I'm in the images layer that I made. Go to our text layers, Command Option Shift V, and you can see it's in red because that layer is red. If you wanted this to be a different color, you can click this, I think. There's a way to click this and make this a different color, but honestly, I never ever use that. But I think there is a way to do that. It's not really important right now. Okay, so next thing, Command D, let's bring in our photos. So you're going to navigate directly to your image folder. You can click them one by one, or you can just highlight all of them. Click open. Okay, 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 and okay. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so what's happened here is I brought all 5 in, and you have to click exactly on the corner, I believe, to get it to go inside that box. So 2 of them made it in, 3 of them did not, which is kind of amusing. So double click this, Command X, click your other box, Command Option V to place it inside. If you can't see it, that's okay. That's going to be this button. There you go. There you go. Fit frame proportionally. Double click our blue chair, Command X, Command Option V to paste inside. We can double click, double click, and we can use our hand tool. And you can see if you're not in the right spot, it has a different, like it doesn't always work. So you have to be actually on the image, and you can click and drag. So you can do this manually, or you can just automatically do it by clicking that button, the button at the top. If you want to do this manually, just so you know, click and drag, and you can see these white square corners. Shift Option, drag in. We can drag him around. It's still too big. Okay. All right, so then, all right, so double click our red box, Command X, get our red chair, Option. Whew. Option Command V, put this guy in here, click this. All right, now we're going to delete all this extra stuff so that we don't get confused. All right, bring this down. All right, great. All right, so if we were in person together, I would take a pause to make sure that you have gotten to this point. The next, but since we're not, I'll continue. See what I'm doing here is I'm just double clicking inside of these and dragging this around. You can, if you use the Shift key, that's going to keep it proportional. All right, so basically what I'm going to do is if I drag this top ruler here, and if you don't have this, you can put your rulers on from the top. Let me see where rulers is. ruler guides. All right, layout, ruler guides. See, you can turn ruler guides, fusion. Okay. On the screen share is being a funny girl. All right, if you don't have the rulers on, hold on, this is really annoying me. All right, let's try this again. Bloop, bloop. Okay, put this here. And we're gonna click here. Okay. Let's pause on this. If you don't see the ruler, oh, here it is, Command R. There it is, Command R. So Command R is going to be the thing that turns it on and off. If you don't see the ruler, hit Command R and it should appear. Control click in this top left corner and you can change the units. So I'm going to just click and drag from the top and you can see this horizontal rule I have here. Drag down. Bloop. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up the bottom of the chairs to each other and the top by double clicking. See, we don't want this. Okay, we really don't want this. We want to hit that shift key. Awesome. Okay, drag this here. And we're gonna drag this here. And so this is a good example of how to do this. So this is going to present a layout challenge that we're either going to have to decide to extend this box, or we're going to have to make this smaller and the rest of the chair smaller. I think let's make this smaller for now because we are focused on our grids at the moment still. And let me work on this for a second and I will share a new video.